everyone, welcome to another Good Ride review. We are taking a look at the TREW Popover jacket. This is an anorak jacket that has a side zip entry and it is just a shell. So this is part of their unisex line, and this jacket ranges from extra small up to extra large. And so if you are trying to size down from a women's sizing, they suggest 1 to 2 sizes smaller than your normal jacket, but it does run a little bit bigger. So this is the extra small, and I normally wear a women's medium, and this fits me like a women's medium normally would fit me. So depending on what you want, you could size down more or less if you want baggy or a little bit more of a fitted look. Here's a look at the extra small. Here's a look at the sleeve length. I love the length of these sleeves. I love that it is a kind of baggy look. It's a relaxed fit, but it's not an extremely baggy feel. So I can still move around freely. You know, if I lift my arms up, the torso stays put for the most part, which is awesome. There's plenty of space in the shoulders for me. I really like the fit of this jacket. So the Popover jacket comes with 20K breathability rating and a 20K waterproof rating as well. And like I said, it's just a shell, but it has a 2-layer construction, and you get kind of this taffeta type lining on the inside to give it a little extra comfort. It does come with fully taped seams as well. I'll give you a look at the hood. It does have a little bit of a bill on it, and then up here is where the Rico is in the jacket. While we're looking at the hood, let's throw on a helmet and see how it fits with the helmet as well. So I have to zip this down so I can talk. It's a little bit of a tighter fit. It is doable, but I do get some pressure from the top of the jacket right here. And there's a little bit of some restricted movement when I turn side to side or look up and down. So for me, it's a good hood for on the chairlift or something like that, but I would not be super comfortable to ride in this because I can't really turn my head that freely. But it does fit for the most part. You do get a cinch down in the back here. And then the release buttons for the cinch are right here, and you can just push that to release the bungees. So let's look at some of the features of this jacket. You get a pass pocket on the sleeve right here. It's underneath this seam, and it's a pretty big one. So it goes all the way around my arm, so it can fit like my whole hand in there. So pretty big pass pocket. So you get 2 hip pockets right here that are connected in the middle. So this is a version of the kangaroo pocket. These are connected, so don't forget to close your other pocket if you think you put something in this one. I did that the first time I wore the jacket, and I was like, oh, why did that thing just fall out of my pocket? Because I left one side open. These zippers are water resistant as well. So any of the exposed zippers are water resistant, and then the zippers underneath the flaps are just your normal zippers. Here is the other pouch in the pocket. And this one's a bit smaller. This goes about right here. I was putting my phone in here because there's no media pocket up here on the chest area. So I was using this pocket for my phone. Again, there's no pockets on the inside of the jacket. So only the 2 hip pockets, the 1 pouch pocket, and then the 1 pass pocket on the arm. For the zip up, you do get Velcro right here, and then it zips down halfway down. So you get a pretty wide opening here in the front. And just the Velcro closure on the flap there. So as far as vents go, we get an open pit vent, and they have 2 zippers on them, so you can kind of adjust the hole if you want to. This is the opening, so this can be as wide as you want. And then this one goes from here all the way down to here. So pretty big pit vents. And then how you get in and out of the jacket is you have this side opening. So on this side you have 3 zippers. But I do like that the vent zipper is not connected to the getting in and out of the jacket zipper. That's kind of nice. But it's pretty easy to get in and out of. I'll show you the inside of the jacket here. Here's the inside of the jacket. So as you can see, it's lined, which makes it really comfy as well. A little bit more comfortable than just having the raw material as a shell. But again, no pockets on the inside and no powder skirt either. So let's take a look at the sleeves. The cut of the sleeve has a little bit of a different shape to it. So it has a little bit of a longer cut on the top of the hand and a little bit of a shorter cut on the wrist area. Again, the sleeves are a great length, and I'm gonna go ahead and put on the bulkiest mitten that I own, and I'm gonna show you how it fits underneath the sleeve. So the opening to these sleeves are a little tight. I'll give it a medium tightness, which is good because you get a good seal, but it does take a little extra shuffling and maneuvering to get the mitten underneath your sleeve, especially if you're wearing a mitten on this hand. You can see here, tighten it down. Once it's on though, it has a really nice seal to it, and it's not going anywhere because the sleeves have a really nice length to them too. So I like that part, but I do wish that the cuff was just a little bit wider because I was kind of messing with this a lot to try to get it in when I was on hill. But you know, just depends on how often you take your mittens on and off, I guess. And you can see here how this part, the top part is a little bit longer and the bottom part is a little bit shorter. There's also a bottom cinch hem down here, one side for the whole jacket, and you can cinch it up if you want to cinch the bottom hem. So I rode this jacket for about 2 weeks. I rode it in a variety of different weather and conditions. Most of the conditions were similar to today. So we got blue skies, cold temps, some wind, and then the other ones were like overcast and cold and windy. And then I also wore it on a very, very wet couple of days where it was just fully raining out, a little bit of sleet, but mostly non-frozen moisture coming down. And I wore this jacket for half the day. So 3 hours out of the day I wore it one day and then the next day as well. And so for the fair weather days, it was great because it was a shell and there's plenty of room to custom layer underneath. And I also loved while I was riding in it that there's so much freedom of movement. It's really comfortable. The pockets are nice and big so I can shove all my things in there. The only part that I wish there was some sort of media pocket a little bit higher up than right here on my stomach, because I had to put my phone down here and then it was like bouncing around and stuff as I was riding. So having one media pocket or like one inside pocket up here near the chest area would be, I think, pretty sweet. But other than that, everything else was really functional. I liked that I had plenty of room to layer, so when it was really cold, I would put a down puffy underneath and have a flannel as well, and I still had plenty of room to move, and I didn't feel restricted at all. When I was out riding in the windy conditions, it definitely felt a little breathable for sure, but you know, it blocked enough that it kept me warm, especially with my insulation on there. So it kept me warm when I had the correct insulation underneath, and then it also was breathable, so I wasn't getting all sweaty and stuff on the warmer days. For the waterproofing, I was really impressed. So in a similar way to the Trillium bibs, because I wore it with these as well, and I also wore the TREW Trillium jacket. It performed almost the same as far as the waterproof rating goes. When it was just straight raining out, I was able to wear this jacket for 3 hours and it kept me dry, and I would take off the jacket at lunchtime and my bibs would still be dry. And that part was amazing. When it started raining, I was like, here we go, we're gonna really test it. And I was impressed by how the waterproofing performed. It performs a little bit different than your average waterproof jacket than you think it will. So instead of repelling it, it does repel it for a little bit, but once it gets a little saturated, the fabric actually absorbs the water in a way and then evaporates it off. So it looks like it's being saturated and the material looks wet, but then it evaporates and it dries really quickly. So that part was really cool. The only downside is the jacket did tend to get a bit heavy when it was just full on raining on us. And so the jacket was heavy, but it never passed through the whole material construction of the jacket. So it only stayed on this first layer. If you're looking for a comfortable pullover shell that is waterproof, that is breathable, that gives you a nice relaxed fit with plenty of room to layer underneath, maybe check out the popover jacket from TREW. To check out the complete write-up and review, you can head over to thegoodride.com.